forget, maybe we just don't really truly believe, we so quickly forget what God is promising us, what Jesus is telling us. We quickly forget what we learned in an 8-week series. We quickly forget what God has revealed to us and what He's shown us about our life. And instead of claiming who we are in Christ, instead of living by faith and ignoring what people say and all that stuff, instead of rebuking our crazy memory, right, that just won't let us forget, so instead of rebuking that, instead of returning to a place of grace when we sin, we seem to lock in on our failures. Right? We tend to lock in on that last failure, that last thing we did, that last thing that was wrong, that last time we got persecuted against or whatever, and we lock in on that. And we forget everything we learned, and we just focus on that. We focus on the negative, we lock in on that. Instead of claiming, I'm a child of God. Instead of saying, I'm a child of God, instead we tell ourselves, oh man, when I get cleaned up and get this Jesus thing figured out, then maybe someday I can be a child of God. You know, maybe it just takes longer for me. Maybe that's for other people, but maybe not for me. Struggling with your finances and you find yourself saying, man, I must have really messed up, or God must be really mad, or something I did. Remember the stuff you've done and you feel like maybe you're damaged goods that other people got it figured out and you just never will. And even after the past 7 weeks, with all the things we've talked about, we can still lock in on that last thing. And that becomes what defines our life. And that becomes how we live our life, on that last thing. We focus on the physical world and on the negative and on the physical things that we see and hear. And we focus on our physical body. And the thing is, when we follow Jesus and Jesus says you must be born again, He's not talking about our body. Nicodemus had that issue, right? Nicodemus said, how can somebody be born again once they've already been birthed? It's impossible. And Jesus said, flesh gives birth to flesh, but spirit gives birth to spirit. So when we accept Jesus and say, yes, I'm following you, Jesus, the transformation, the birth that happens is not physical, it's spiritual. Yet we focus on the physical. We focus on the things of the world instead of on the spiritual things. So why do we keep living a life where we beat ourselves up? This place where we can't seem to see the picture that God has painted for us. And God has taken a brush and He's painted this picture. And He said, this is who you are. And it's like we're looking through a knot hole. And we just can't really see the whole picture of what God has. James chapter 3. We're going to talk about that. This is a really big deal. Today is a really big deal. This brings everything together today. James chapter 3, starting in verse 1. It says, dear brothers and sisters, not many of you should become teachers in the church, for we who teach will be judged more strictly. Indeed, we all make many mistakes. States. Amen? Amen. For if we could control our tongues, we would be perfect. Wow, that's not true there. Yeah. And could also control ourselves in every other way. We can make a large horse go wherever we want by means of a small bit in its mouth. And a small rudder makes a huge ship turn wherever the pilot chooses to go, even though the winds are strong. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches. But a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire. And among all the parts of the body, the tongue is a flame of fire. It is a whole world of wickedness, corrupting your entire body. It can set your whole life on fire, for it is set on fire by hell itself. People can tame all kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and fish, but no one can tame the tongue. It is restless and evil, full of deadly poison. Sometimes it praises our Lord and Father, and sometimes it curses those who have been made in the image of God. And so blessing and cursing come pouring out of the same mouth. Surely, my brothers and sisters, this is not right. Matthew chapter 16, starting in verse 13. When Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say the Son of Man is?" They replied, "Some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and still others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." "But what about you?" he asked. "Who do you say I am?" Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." He's not talking about building a church on Peter because Peter's a rock. He's talking about building a church on Peter's confession and profession that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, that He is the Messiah, that He is the all in all. He is the one who is the life and the light. He is the Creator. The church will be built on the truth that Jesus Christ sets people free. So he said, "The gates of Hades will not overcome it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven." You ready for this? Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. See, most of us get hung by our own tongue. Right? We hang ourselves with our tongue. So the question today is we ask, who am I? What's this message today all about? Who am I? Here's the answer. Who am I? I am who I believe I am. I am who I believe I am. Say it with me. I am who I am who I believe I am. I'm going to prove it to you. God tells you that you're a child. He says you are a child of God. The enemy tells you that you don't measure up. God tells you He will give you everything that you need. The enemy says God won't bless you. See, you don't have what you need. Jesus tells you He has set you free. He has set you totally free. And the enemy says, yeah, right. Then why do you keep doing that? God tells you that your sin has been washed away. As far as the east is from the west, He has cast your sin from His sight. He says you are washed as white as snow. To God doesn't see your sin anymore. And the enemy says, yeah, right. But you keep sinning, you're a sinner. But you will always be a sinner. And you will never be free from this. See, you've done it for years. And God isn't setting you free, so you aren't free. That's what the enemy tells you. And here's where the curses or the blessings come in. This is where the tongue is so powerful. This is where I am exactly who I believe I am. I am who I profess to be. Because what comes out of your mouth when things are hard is what you believe. Right? What comes out of your mouth when things are really hard is exactly what you really believe. It's exactly where you live. It's exactly who you are. Things are really hard. You say, man, I'll never have any money. I will never be able to get by. You have this addiction and you can't seem to break it. You say, I will never be free from this. See, what comes out of your mouth is what you really believe. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 says this, starting in verse 3. It says, for though we live in a world, we do not wage war as the world does. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. The world tells us that we can think through everything and we can do anything we want to do. And we're strong and we're enlightened. And there's anything that we don't want to do, we don't have to do. Anything we want to do, we go do it. There's nothing we can't do, the world tells us. The weapons we fight with are not weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. That's power from God to destroy strongholds. We demolish arguments and every contention that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. Ready for this? And we take captive. Take captive. Make it a prisoner. Lock it up in a cell. Put it in chains. Say it again, what you want to say. We take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. See, you are either blessing your life with your words, or you are cursing your life with your words. Let me just sing. You're either blessing your life with your words, or you are cursing your life with your words. Stay with me here. This will light your socks on fire. Jesus has given you authority to ask anything in His name, and He will do it. True? Okay? And you wonder why things are going bad. You wonder why the wheels are falling off your life. When you're sitting there cursing your life, and Jesus is saying, okay, I will give you exactly what you're asking for. Right? Trust me, this is as convicting to me as it is to you. Things are going bad, and all we can do is be negative and talk about how bad it is, and how tough it is, and how bad life is, and how it's not fair. And we're convicting ourselves, we're praying a curse over our life, we don't even know it. So we got to know this stuff. We got to understand this stuff, or we right? And you're going, well, I haven't done it since 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. You profess that your life is falling apart. And the scribe in heaven goes, what was that? Okay, your life is falling apart. Okay, let it be so. You say, I keep doing this sin. I'll never get past it. The scribe in heaven goes, what was it? You'll never get past it. Okay. Bound. Anything else? I got a whole long sheet of paper here. Anything else? Because I can just keep on writing. Have you ever thought of that? We can justify so big. We sit here, we listen to the last 7 weeks, and we hear so much for our life in this Who Am I series. And we walk out the door and we say, wow, it must be for them, because I'm sure I'm blessed. Oh, there it goes, right? Just did it. I just spoke a curse over myself. It's at home, isn't it? But we need to know this stuff. We need to understand it. We need to understand how the spiritual world works, because it doesn't work the same way that the physical world works. You can say something to somebody, and they can forget about it by tomorrow. That's not how the spiritual world works. He says, whatever you bind on earth is bound in heaven. Right? So you can be speaking curses over your life, your spouse, your family, your friends, just by the things you're saying out of your heart, out of your mouth. And you could just be cursing so many people and so many things. And then we wonder, what's going on? Well, it's really simple. It's really simple when you think about it. God is totally black and white. There's no gray area. So when it says, this is what happens, this is what happens. We can fight it, but it's just the way it is. 2 Corinthians 10, let's read it one more time. I think it means more now. For though we live in the world, we do not wage war as the world does. The weapons we fight with are not weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. They have divine power to demolish the negative thinking. They have divine power to demolish. When we want to start talking about how God isn't blessing us, but He's blessing these people. He can demolish those strongholds. His power can cause us to pray blessing instead of pray cursing. His power can destroy strongholds. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. Anything that comes against the promises of God, we can destroy those arguments. The ones that come up in our mind. Well, I know God says this, but. Right? Those arguments that we say. Yeah, but, No, we can destroy those. And take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. Who's got every thought of obedient to Christ right now? Yeah, me. I was trying to say maybe I would say yes. No, right? So does that disqualify you? No! See, it's a lie of the enemy. Don't let him do that to you. I have two rocks up here today. I have this one and this kind right here. This one, pretty sharp. It can do some damage. If I hit you with this one, it will cut you over for sure. A lot of sharp edges, pretty rough. It's not really clean. It's kind of dirty. Right? Then I've got this one, really smooth. Really good hurt you to try. I mean, it's smooth and feels soft almost. Almost feels like a baby's butt, you know what I mean? Nice and soft. Smooth. Feels good. Let's just start with this rock. Because honestly, this one, this represents our life before we know Christ. Right? Before we follow Jesus. Everything about this rock is kind of dirty. That's why I didn't give these rocks before. Because I started talking and you start throwing. Kind of dirty. Kind of abrasive. Kind of hurt things. Can hurt people. Life is kind of like this rock. Here's the challenge. Even after you follow Jesus, way, way, way too many people still see themselves like this. Even after 8 weeks of Who Am I? And you still see yourself like this. See, this is no way for the people of God to live. This is no way for a child of God to see himself or herself. This is no way for somebody who follows Jesus to believe about themselves. If you're honest, you can relate to some degree, right? You know what I'm talking about. The things we see in ourselves. Because we can still see the points on the rock in our life, right? We can still see the sharp edges. We know where they are. We know where our struggles lie. We know the things in us that hurt us and hurt other people. We know what those are. And the challenge is that we see ourselves like this. Who tells us that this is what we look like? The enemy. He says, this is still who you are. I don't care what you read in that book. This is who you are. And we believe it. And because we believe it, we say it. And because we say it, we curse our life and then we live it out. Max Lucado says, and he puts it pretty simply, he says, hurt people hurt people. Meaning when you're really hurt, you tend to hurt other people. No. Kind of feels good for a while when you hurt somebody else. You're going, no it doesn't, liar. It does feel kind of good. You know what I'm saying? They've hurt you, so you hurt them back. You're like, God. It's that revenge thing. The problem with that is it never ends and it continues the cycle and the enemy wins. He continues to keep your life on the same track. It's not what Jesus tells you. It's not what we've learned the last 8 weeks. The last 8 weeks we've learned that we are precious. We are so precious. We are created in the image of God. That we are His children. What is there that He won't do for His children? He says, I will give you everything that you need. He says, not a sparrow falls off a limb without me knowing about it. So why are you worrying about this stuff? I will take care of it. I will give you what you need. I will protect you. So here's my question today. Do you want to break the cycle but see yourself like this? Do you want to break the cycle of speaking curses over your life? Do you want to break the cycle of the negative mind that listens to the enemy and believes what he tells you? Riley and Michelle, would you come up here, please? Here's what I want to do. Because I want today to impact you. I want you to not only see it and hear it, but I want you to feel it. Sit down with lighter. And this one has hands. You guys, just everybody gets a rock. Pass a rock out to everyone. Everyone gets one. So as I hand these rocks out, once they get them all passed out, everybody has a rock in their hand. We're going to, you can if you want. As long as you're a good shot. Because I have one too, so don't miss. I am a good shot. No, but when they get all these rocks handed out, everybody gets one. I want you to put it in your hand. I want you to keep it in your hand. Don't set it down. I want it in your hand. And we're going to watch a video. And as you watch the video, I want you to hold that rock. I want you to turn it around. I want you to feel it. I want you to know what it's all about. And I want you to think about your life. I want you to think about how it resembles that rock. And as you watch the video, I want you just to remember your life. Okay? But just really move it around. Feel it in your hand. Feel the edges. Feel how it's abrasive, sharp, damaging, that hurt. Right? Everybody get a rock? Bunch of rock stars that we have. I got it. Thanks. I've got a big one just in case anybody throws it at me. I've got to have a big one. So Caleb, would you fill that video up, please? Make sure it's got good on.
Also, you know,
Take it back and go start over.
but I want to be a masterpiece. Ephesians 2:10 says that we are God's workmanship, that we're in essence His masterpiece. I don't know about you, but when I get up in the morning and look in the mirror, I don't see a masterpiece, you know. I mean, maybe a Picasso, you know. But I want to be a masterpiece. And I want to be everything that God has created me to be. And so I go to Him in prayer and I say, God, do whatever it takes to get things out of my life that don't need to be there. Mold me the image of your Son so that I can be your masterpiece.
Hi,
Whoa. Who are you?
I'm God.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you just said the first one here, that's how it works.
No, okay. God, then make it snow in here.
You know, if I made it snow in here, it'd get kind of yucky, and I really don't want to do this.
See, you're not God.
Why do you say that?
God wouldn't say yucky.
Yes, I do. It's a Greek word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If you're God, what does Lamentations 15:9 say?
Lamentations is a very short book. It only has 5 chapters.
So why is it so short?
I was tired of lamenting.
If you're God, who's going to win the World Series this year?
You know what? I'm not so much into playing games. Why are you so much into playing games?
You are God.
Give it away.
You answered my question with a question.
I did? Yep, I do that. Don't I? Yeah, it's still right up. Here we go. Okay. All right.
Hey, what's this about?
These are the tools I'm going to use to make you into my original masterpiece.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I thought you were a carpenter.
That's my son. Here we go. Step right over. Here we go. All right.
Whoa. How do you know what to chisel and what to leave?
I take out all the things in your life that aren't under me, kind of like dead weight.
Ooh, speaking of that, did you chisel right in here? I just can't get rid of it. I mean, the other went away, but this, I've tried exercising, I've watched what I ate, I even did Pilates for a while. That was awkward. So if you could chisel, I mean, right at top.
Or can I chisel, talk, chisel, talk, chisel?
No, chisel.
All right. Most of my children like to talk.
Not me. Bring all the chisel.
Here we go. You have a lot of anger,
Ow.
some pride.
Ow.
Compare yourself to others instead of me.
Ow.
You're lazy. You pretend like you're really, really busy. You have a problem with lust.
Okay, time out. I do not have a problem with lust.
You have a problem with lust.
No, I can do it anytime I want. Okay. Wait. Maybe we can take a little time out. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good.
You are doing good. When you look in the mirror, you see.
I said, hey.
Okay. Then I need to teach you a way because hopefully you and others need to see my son. Here we go.
Okay, hold on. Don't take this the wrong way. It's just that when I start looking more like your son, people get uncomfortable around me. You know, I mean, even my friends at church, they're all like, "Oh, you're holier than thou. Why would you do that?" You know, I mean,
Not what you're doing right now is you'd rather play God 10 years of your life than for me to be God over your whole life.
I did not say that.
That's what you meant.
Yes, it is. It's hard to talk to you. I mean, you know everything I'm thinking. I'm just saying, it doesn't work. Maybe we take a little break, a little time out, and we'll come back to it.
What you're doing right now is so common. What you're doing right now is called control. You want to control things in your life, or can I chisel? Control.
No, chisel.
Here we go.
No, can we chisel, Robin?
No, it's called control.
Okay.
You've been holding on to this for a long time. You ready for this?
It hurts.
This hurts me more than it hurts you.
Ow! I don't think you understand this pain.
Don't talk about pain. I know about pain. I said my son died on the cross for pain, for sin, but I also did it for another reason, to give you freedom. Do you know what insanity is? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. And there are the things in your life, you even think back to high school, that you've been doing that do not work in your life, but you go to these empty wells whenever you're hurting, whenever you're angry, whenever you're lonely and tired, but they do not work.
No, okay. I'm thinking maybe we
Thoughts
can...
are not my thoughts.
Oh, okay, but if we went another way...
Thoughts are not my ways.
Okay, well look, I can't be good.
Can't be good. I made you good. Be good. What?
Nothing.
What is it?
You wouldn't understand.
I, God of all the universe, wouldn't understand something one of my children has to say. Try me.
It's just... God, I've let you down so many times.
No. You were never holding me up. I hold you up with my victorious, righteous right hand. Don't you forget that. In this relationship, I hold you up.
Okay. Chisel away.
All right.
Just be prepared for what you're going to find in there. Because I know who's inside you. Because God, I get up every morning and I look up in the mirror. And it is this scared little kid who gets up every day and tries to dress like an adult and act like an adult, but can't. So just be prepared for what you're going to find.
You have listened to so many voices for far too long that aren't really me. You think you're junk, don't you? You really, really, really think you're junk. Listen to me. I don't make junk. What does that say about me? How can I show you that my love for you has no boundaries? I know. Reach in your back pocket.
What?
Reach in your back pocket.
Why?
Are you arguing with me? Reach in your back pocket. Yes?
You just sing God, I'll do that right now.
You were just saying my name in vain.
You know what? It's a name, it's a saying.
It's more than a name, it's more than a saying, it's more than a bad habit. It's a name above all names. I want to teach you something about my name. Reach in your back pocket. You know what that is?
This is a page from a journal I had when I was younger. How'd you get this? Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, read it.
I love Angie Holland.
Other side.
Sorry. I married her.
I was there.
Dear God, today I am turning everything over to you. I'm not going to hold on to anything anymore. Your word says that you will make me your masterpiece and use me to do great things. I don't see how that's possible, but I want that with all that I am. So please do whatever it takes to make me what you want. I love you, God.
I love you too, Tony. And I love you too much to leave you where you're at. So this salvation that you hold, don't let it be some seminal bush or some head knowledge. I want you to work it out every detail of your life. And don't compare yourself to someone else, because that is just trivial nonsense. You are my original masterpiece. You are one of my workmanship, and you might find favor. Don't look at this as a prison, but look at this as a father disciplines his child. A father disciplines the ones he loves.
I know, but it's going to be tough.
Yes, it will be tough. But you bought into the lie thinking everything was going to be easy when you said yes to me. It's not how it works. I want you to do something. I want you to look up there and I want you to say, Tommy is God's original masterpiece.
Tommy?
No. The way you see yourself, or you yearn so much for others to see you. The way I see you.
Tommy is God's original masterpiece.
Yes, you are.
So are you. God doesn't make junk. You are an original masterpiece.
I know what you think you've been seeing in the mirror, right? You think you've been seeing this. But here's what I know. Psalm 139. Starting in verse 1 says this. O Lord, you have searched me, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely, O Lord. Verse 7. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there, your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. Verse 13. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. person that you're done seeing yourself as. That stronghold in your mind of you can never measure up. That stronghold in your mind that says, I will never be worthy. And I want you to take that rock, and I want you to walk up here, and I want you to throw that sucker on the platform, and I want you to grab a smooth rock out of there. And I want you to put it in your hand and feel it. And then for the rest of your life, I want you to have it in your pocket. That every time the enemy tries to tell you a lie about who you are, you can feel that rock in your hand and you say, no, I am a child of the living God. I am not who you say I am. I have been redeemed by His blood. I have been set free because He rose from the dead. It'll give you a reminder, a way to say, no more. No more. So I'm going to pray. And then you can come up front, and you can do that. You can come up, stay up here. We're going to pray when we're done. But I want to pray right now. Father, forgive us for the image we've had in our mind of who we are. Because what we're really saying, when we have the image of I can't be, or I can't do that, or I never will be, what we're saying is that Jesus' sacrifice wasn't enough, Father. Forgive us for that. Father, I pray that you destroy these strongholds in our life today, these strongholds in our life that separate us from the freedom, the life that you give us, the trust, the belief in you, Father. God, move in each heart, move in our hearts today. Transform us by the renewing of our mind. Help us to destroy all of the arguments in our mind. If you could put some music on of some sort, whatever that is, find whatever you want. Put something on. What I want you to do right now is, as you feel ready and willing to come up here and just take that jagged rock that you have and discard it and be done with it forever, and grab a rock out of this basket that is smooth. Come and do so. And then as you do, stay up here and we're going to pray. Because this is a place of decision today. This is a place of decision that you're saying either yes, I'm going to trust God, or I'm going to trust the lies of the enemy. There's no other choice. If you keep the jagged rock in your hand, what you're telling yourself is, I want to believe what the enemy says. So come as you're ready. Just chuck that thing wherever you want. Throw it in the basket. And then stay up here, bud. Stay up here, line up. Nice. Like that.
Fox Tuesday. Night.
Go. Toss that thing. Make some noise. Remember it.